Okay, we are live again and we're doing a quick test. Went into the settings and made it 1080p. 1080p on the stream. It was 720p earlier for our earlier test. Now I'm going to show the laptop. There is the laptop Frederick County Facebook page. And here is camera 3 showing the Grand Seiko Stunner. The Grand Seiko Stunner. Switch back to my camera feed. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of video clips. Let's see here. Or actually, I'll show a still first. There's a still on the screen. And let's go down and play a video clip just for fun. Here's one with the 002 Stunner, showing the sweep of that second hand. Okay. And here is the 231. Okay, and let's see here. We've got some folks in the house, and we've got Durr in the house. And let me get back here to the brand and get this still. Hold on a second here. Let me get rid of this still image. Where is it? Here we go. Get rid of that still. Go back to the comments, and let's show Durr's on the screen, and here we go. I love that gold GS. Kyle says we're back, and Durr is back, and that's Craig must have gotten Hoffman sub and sweet potato, and he's back, ready to go. Is the video quality any better? There was a setting in StreamYard to switch it from 720p to 1080p, and I did that switch over, and let me know, is the video quality any better on this shot right here? The watch video looked pretty good for camera 3, this one. I just watched it on the rerun, and that was looking pretty decent, even in 720p, that shot for some reason. But this shot was really marginal. Now, one thing is I had a striped shirt on, so I had a lot of moire, but it was really marginal. Is this any better at all? This is 1080p now versus 720p. And how is the motion? How's the frame rate look? All of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments. Get rid of the comments so you can see a little more. Okay, and Kyle says I would say it is better. Carlos says he's still alive and cooking. And did I show Durr's? I think I showed this one. Okay, and then here's Carlos, and there's Kyle saying it's better. I'm going to have to get a spring drive within a month or next. Does Steve still do deals? Yes. Tell him that you are a viewer, and he will work with you. Some of the models, I will tell you, are getting harder to get. They are getting more popular, and some of the models are getting harder to get. It looks a little better on my TV, not remarkably better, but better for sure, says Durr. Okay. So incremental improvements. I did write their support to see if there are any tips that they have, but this is something I discovered fairly quickly in my Google searching. And I will check and see if there's anything else. There might be a better setting on this camera as far as the feed being 1080p. Let me check that real quick. Let me just take a look. Well, I don't know if I have time to do that right now, but I'll look at those settings. But I did it the other day, and I thought I had the settings as best I could. Is there a 4K setting? No, they have the StreamYard only toggles between 720p and 1080p, unfortunately. So this was what Durr was asking. Is there a 4K setting? Okay, and Tarek says we're live, and Carlos says I'm enjoying your amazing country, while my wife prefer me not going to the strip clubs. Oh yeah, I hear you. And I'm in, okay, that's Carlos again. Let's see. Can I show this one? There we go. Carlos, please tell us what clubs you go to. Let's see. Carlos, that's awesome. Make sure you take, I think he meant fist full of dollar bills when you go, and hold on to your watch. Yeah. Yeah, because they probably know what that watch is. Oh, Steve is in the house. Steve is in the house. I guess he's getting ready to do a show.
No, I'm trying to figure out how this.
I can't hear your audio.
Can you hear my audio?
Audio to us, but we've got you on the screen. You look fantastic.
Oh,
really good. I had the settings in the bottom right on the settings below the private chat. You click on that settings. There's a thing to toggle over to 1080p. My test that I did earlier was 720p. So now I'm at 1080p. So when you do your test, your broadcast, make sure that you do it in 1080p. So you're going to go into those settings, and I think it's toggled over globally right now for all of us.
Yeah,
so I don't think you have to change it, but just confirm that that's 1080p. I've got no audio from you right now, Steve. So the audio has to be in the StreamYard. You got to go into the StreamYard audio settings and make sure you got a mic selected that is hot. So I see you muting and unmuting, but that's not going to do it. You got to go in and select the actual audio and make sure you got the right audio source for you to make sure that we can hear you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to plug in my headphones just in case you get that sorted so that I'll be able to hear you through the headphones.
Can you hear me now?
I think I would hear you through the speakers right now, but I'm not going to assume that. Let me plug in my headphones because maybe you've got audio and I just don't have headphones.
Okay, let's see.
Give me a second. I'll have my headphones plugged in.
Hey, guys.
This was an emergency test here because I tested earlier and I was using, can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
I got you. Now I got you.
Okay, but nobody else can?
No, they can. They can all hear you. You see, what's funny is I had my headphones unplugged. I thought it would default back to the built-in speakers.
Okay.
But it didn't.
All right. But the other guy, okay. So, yeah.
Everybody can hear you.
Okay, great. Super. So I'm just first time on this thing, so I'm trying to figure out.
Let me walk you through a few things. You're going to like it. You see over on the right where you got banners?
Yep.
Click on that.
Okay.
And that's where you can make whatever banners you want, and you can play it. It can either be a scrolling thing, or it can be a static. So you see where it says create a banner at the bottom? Yes. Go ahead and click on that and create a banner that says Steve Live from Little Treasury or something like that.
Right. Let me just park my stuff here. I got too many things going on. Okay.
So just click create a banner and put in whatever text you want. And you see there's a little checkbox if you want to make it a ticker. Or you can have it static.
Okay.
Do one of each, so that way you'll see what they both look like.
Hang on.
There. Now you got one streaming across. That's the ticker.
Okay.
All right. And then go ahead and do a static one without checking that box.
Okay. So
you might want to put your URL.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Little Treasury Jewelers. Yep, looks great.
Right. Okay.
See how nice that looks? And you can change those colors.
Right.
And then you see where I've got the Mid-Atlantic TV logo in the upper right? That can be changed. That can be changed. We can actually change right now, I think, live. You see where we've got Mid-Atlantic TV selected up at the top?
Yeah.
If I click on that little arrow, we've got Little Treasury. I can click on that. and now we're toggled over to Little Treasury.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the tutorial, but I think that Der Stiefel made a good comment. Says that we look better reduced side by side than full screen. So what's up with that?
Well, anytime you compress a signal, you've got more dots in that area, right? The more you blow up anything, the quality is going to go down.
When you're on full screen just by yourself, are you looking as good as if you're coming in from the?
I was disappointed. I was disappointed, but the test wasn't legit because I was in 720p mode, and I just now figured that out and toggled it over to 1080p. So now we're in 1080p. So this is going to be a good test when you do something full screen, because you've got the M1, you've got all the best of the best, and it's either going to be good or it's not going to be good. Now, did I also show you where you can play videos and show photos?
Yep. I just got home, and this is the first time I've cranked this thing up.
I'm going to toggle over to Mid-Atlantic TV again. Okay. And then if you click on brand, you see where on the right where it says brand?
Yeah.
See, I've got a bunch of still images there first, right? So if I want to show this 002 image, I can just click on it. You see it just puts it right on the screen?
Right.
And then I deselect it. And then if I go down further, I've got a section of video clips. And I've got one of the 002. If I click on this, you see showing that second-hand sweep? We've got a short little clip showing that. So now if somebody digs in deep on this a little bit and they get beyond their capabilities, then we can play this little clip here.
Man's got to know his limitations.
So Clint said a man's got to know his limitations. So anyway, you can put in whatever short little clips you want in there and then just play them with a click of a mouse. Here's one of the faux pas. Now, when you play those, it mutes us. So you can't talk over it, unfortunately.
Right.
But
so what's going on with the guys here?
Go into the comments, click on the comments.
I'm watching the comments.
And go ahead and you can click show. You can show their comment. If you click on it, if you hover your mouse over it, you'll see the word show.
Yeah, I see the comments. Yeah, I was looking on my iPad to the stream. Okay, cool. So
click on comments. Let me see you show one.
Okay.
There you go. So Carlos.
So I'm curious about Carlos. You coming east? We got to have another dinner when.
He was asking about a party. He was asking about a party, and he was saying that everybody needs to go to the next party.
All right. Well, definitely we're going to do something in October, but probably we'll do doing some smaller things before then. So stay tuned.
He's in Washington State right now.
Okay. Is he coming east?
That's a good question.
Yep. Carlos, answer. No.
I'm going to make you full screen, or at least I'm going to try to, so that they can see you in full screen. Let me see if I can do this.
In full glory, right?
There we go. That's called solo layout. I just clicked on the little thing. And now if you get rid of his comment, then they'll just see you.
I see. Is there a way of adjusting that lower?
No, the comments that's the way they are.
Yeah. So it sort of squeezes you out.
Yeah. So you only leave them up while you read them, and then I take them down.
Right.
Brad Chasenor just texted me. He says he's watching the live stream. Well, Brad, why don't you comment in the live stream? Why are you texting me? Yeah. Did you sign up for the professional platform? Yes, I'm on the professional, but as a test, and I am in 1080p. And I finally figured that out. So we are in 1080p right now. So how does Steve look in 1080p? Get rid of that comment, Steve. Got to click on it again.
I got to find it now. Where the heck is it?
I'll click show on another one and then hide, and that got rid of it.
Okay,
So you can just, whenever you get in trouble like that, just click on another comment and then show it.
And then my banner here too is too much.
Yeah, all you have to do. Yep, there you go.
Okay, cool.
And you can get rid of the ticker by clicking on that. There you go.
Can I get rid of me? Can I get rid of Steve?
We're not. That's not an option.
Not an option.
They were asking about you. They were pestering me the whole last show. When's Steve coming on? I finally said after about the sixth time, I said, well, what am I, chopped liver? I mean, you know, they said, they said, you're not much, you know, compared to Steve. So, yeah, they were pretty rough on me.
That's my phrase, isn't it? Chopped liver? He's like, you stole that from me.
They were pretty rough on me.
I know.
That's pretty common phrase, Steve.
It is common. I think it's the way it should be. Just don't get tough on me, guys. I'm too old.
I think your feed, from me looking at it right now, it looks really good, guys. How does it look? Sharp. How does it look on your end? I think good. My conclusion is that this isn't as good as the built-in hardware encoder on the Blackmagic, but it's got a lot more functionality.
Right. Okay.
And the video clips look great. If you have a good original 1080p video clip, they play perfect. They play perfect because they're playing from their server. So they're up on their server playing.
I can't put one up during this though, can I?
Yeah, you can upload it. Click on brand where it says brand. And scroll down to the videos, but it has to be an MP4.
I don't know what I've got. Let's see what I got.
Scroll down to the last video. You'll see a box with a plus sign.
I've got an MP4. I've got
click that. Click that and try to upload it, and they'll tell you. They'll gig you if it's not the right thing. And they've got a file size limit. I think it's 200 megabytes or something, but that's plenty for short videos. You wouldn't want to play a real long video.
Why not?
Well, they want to see you.
Okay. I'm having trouble finding this. Got a really neat video.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to go over to the comments. This is neat that we can multitask. That you can be doing one thing and I can be doing another. Brianna's in the house. She says, looks good and sounds good. So let's see. Carlos, I'm in Detroit. So Durr is in Detroit. So I guess they're going to hook up in Detroit.
No, I don't think they are. I think Carlos said he's got to come west.
Carlos really gets around. I'll tell you what.
He does. It's amazing. How long have you been here?
Carlos, give us your itinerary. We're jealous. And Triforce Rich says Steve is looking great.
Thank you, Triforce. Haven't chatted with you in a bit. And still looking for my nice video here.
See, Steve got all the looks and I got the brains. That's how that worked.
Ooh. Ouch. Ouch.
Hey, I'll trade.
Yeah.
I'll make that trade.
I'll tell you a little story. This is fun. A couple of weeks ago on Sunday, I've got a little convertible. I was driving out in the woods in this really windy, perilous little road, actually. And down the bottom of a sort of a gully part, there was a Mercedes parked in the middle of the road. Not in the middle of the road, but occupying the full lane facing me. And as I rode by, honk, honk. And a very narrow road, nobody else could pass the car. So I slowed up and then it honked again. I backed up very slowly. And there's a lady in the car, and she looks at me. She says, "Looking good," and I took off as another car came up behind me.
I hope your wife wasn't with you.
No, I told her the story. She said, "I'm not allowed down that road anymore."
So, yeah, she's gonna get a tight leash on you.
I know. She's got to watch out.
Somebody says Steve's watch offerings are going to look good in 1080p. There
Ooh,
you
there you
go.
go. So let's see. What do we got? I need a focus. Ooh.
So that's your video?
I thought a video. This is live.
Oh, from the switcher.
Yep. It's a watch I
Okay.
brought home, but the darn thing, I'm trying to focus it up nicely. And there we go. This is the brand new, just came in today, Breitling Pistachio, the Pistachio dial in their
Wow.
Premier series. Beautiful. In fact, this looks a little too shiny. It doesn't look pistachio enough, but it really is a beautiful pistachio color. It's a manual wine, beautiful little piece.
For people
Boy,
that like a chronograph, that's a classy looking piece. That looks
it is.
vintage.
Yep, that's the point. And beautiful little piece. And
You
the
know,
lighting,
Lance was thinking about something classy to wear to the prom. That
really?
might be that might be the
Well, this
trick.
is a problem. This is a showstopper. So,
Yeah.
Lance, you better reach out. And where's Lance? Where are you located? Is he on today?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Okay. Where are you located?
He says hi to Carlos. He's up in New York.
Ah,
In Connecticut. He's in the high dollar neighborhood up there. He doesn't slum.
okay.
You know, he's in like Greenwich, Connecticut or something.
Oh, cool.
Marilyn Monroe, this is from Triforce Rich. Marilyn Monroe didn't find a way to JFK until Steve rejected her after he had his fun. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
that's
my
terrible.
Lord.
That's terrible.
You're dating me. You're dating me.
And Durr says that's a very attractive Breitling.
It is. It's really
And
nice.
Lance confirmed he's in Connecticut, but he's not going to give the precise location. It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
And Carlos said he would wear his best toga to Lance's prom.
Oh,
There you go. All
he's
right.
been threatening that toga for a long time now.
He's sure he better wear it at your next party, or he's got no credibility with
I
me.
know. Okay, just wear something under it, will you? Don't want to scare the ladies.
All right, switch back to you, Steve.
Okay.
They want to see you. They keep asking.
Here I am.
Okay.
I'm looking for my darn movie here, and
To upload?
it was up. I have very disorganized file system is the problem. You can understand that.
Well, you've got 16 people watching, and this was an emergency, non-scheduled broadcast. This was just, well, I threw this up as soon as I learned that I wasn't in 1080p for my test earlier.
Oh, okay.
And so I just threw it up.
I actually sent you an email inviting you to an unlisted when I saw you up and decided to barge in. So,
oh, okay. Good.
Yeah,
Well, this way we can watch it later too and see what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay, I found my thing. Somewhere. Go ahead. Don't mind me.
And so the benefits here, just we can stream to multiple platforms. We can have multiple people in at the same time. So you could have a producer at another location that could be putting things up on the screen, and you could concentrate more on the show. That's a plus. It's easier to bring guests in and looks classier when you do bring a guest in, the way it presents it and everything. Let me think. The video clips are cool. Being able to play short video clips at the click of a mouse, that's really nice. Same thing with showing photos, quick click of a mouse. There are a lot of advantages and a minimal disadvantage as far as I think stream quality. I think stream quality is good enough given all the functionality, especially now that we're in 1080p mode. But I'll watch it after we wrap and see what it looks like in the big TV room. But you look really clear.
I'm always clear.
How does he look on your end, guys? How does Steve look on your end? Let us know in the comments. Is Vince hiring? Who's Vince?
Yeah, what is Vince?
Evening, Lance, Chip, Steve, and Carlos. That's from Trashy Larry.
Hello, Trashy.
Did he buy a watch from you?
I don't think so. I don't know who Trashy Larry is in
I think
reality.
it's time for Trashy Larry to buy a watch. I think that's time for that.
It's always time to buy a watch.
Kyle says Steve looks great. So does his feed look better than mine? Let us know an A/B comparison. You saw mine earlier on this stream.
It's not the feed, it's the content.
Yeah. Well, and it also might be something with the way my camera, I switched it over to 1080p to try to get a like signal into the switcher. So maybe I need to play around with the settings a little bit on my camera, because my C camera, my number 3 camera that's on the 002 looks pretty stunning. And it's going through the same switcher. So I might have a setup issue on this end as far as my main camera. Somebody says, thanks for the G-Shock. Steve looks great. Thanks for the G-Shock. Somebody bought a G-Shock from you recently?
Someone buys a G-Shock every day. I'm not quite sure who.
I can't tell by his username. It's LoRoJo777.
No, it's Lobo Rojo.
You know him?
Red Wolf, it looks like. Is that right?
You know him?
I've seen him before on your channel, but I don't know who he is.
At least on my phone, Steve looks great, a lot better than you did on the previous stream. Well, yeah, we got to compare the current stream, not the previous, because the previous was at 720. Let me go to my camera. Okay, so here's my camera, and let me take this off. Okay, here's an A/B comparison. Here's my camera, all right, on the 1080p stream. Now we're going to switch over to Steve, switch back to Steve. 3, 2, 1. Here's Steve.
You look a little grainy, actually.
So, yeah, I might have a setting issue, and it might be the computer. Remember, I'm on a MacBook Pro. You're on the M1.
Yeah.
And I'm not plugged into power, so I'm going on the battery. So when you're on the battery, they dumb it down a little bit. So it might be those two possibilities. I mean, as long as yours with the M1 works and looks sharp, then that just means I need to get an M1.
Well, you're probably on one of those Sonys.
No, I'm on a MacBook Pro, guy.
No, I'm talking about your camera.
Oh, well, yeah, but
I've got the Fuji cranked up here.
Yeah, but I don't think the camera is the issue. I think it's some other issue, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Because think about it. My stream before was fine. It was the same camera, right? And I was using the 810 Mini Pro, and they said that stream was fine. So obviously it's something with the streaming, and my guess is the choke point is the computer, because you've got a similar setup, but same switcher and everything. Switcher coming in as a webcam. Same thing I'm doing, but yours is better. I think the variable is the M1, and possibly you might even have a little bit more robust internet connection than me. It's possible.
Yeah, we have a new, the community, everything has probably the latest setup.
Probably fiber and all that good stuff.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. If Steve looks any better on the stream, Linda's gonna have to beat the ladies off with it. Well, she already does.
Yeah, she already told me I can't drive down that road again.
She keeps him in the back, locked up in the back.
That's right.
Away from the women.
Yeah.
She's not. She wasn't born yesterday, although she looks like it.
She is a nice looking lady.
Let's see here. Fuji is a nice camera maker, going to get the new GFX medium format.
Oh, who's that?
That is coming at the end of the year. I'll put the comment up.
They already have it. It's already out.
Maybe they're coming out with a new one in the medium format.
Yeah, they have medium format.
Okay.
They've had it for a while. 100 and some megapixels.
Gotcha.
Not inexpensive, but
all right. So I can actually leave this stream and it'll keep going. That's what's really cool.
Really?
Is you see the end? You see the end broadcast button up the upper right?
Yes.
See, you've got the same end broadcast button that I have.
So will I kill you or will you kill me?
No,
Or
no. If I just leave, I mean, it's not. You've got full control. See, that's the neat thing is anybody that's logged in in an admin capacity, if you will, which you're in as,
Mhm.
you've got full control.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
That opens up a lot of possibilities, don't you think?
Mhm. Yep. So it looks like someone's asking you to open up your aperture. That's probably you, but that would I don't know if that would help.
I'm
1 point.
at I'm at f4, so I'm already at a decent aperture as far
Yeah,
as
he wants you to
sharpness.
go to 1.4, but you'll
Well, that would just make the
your
background.
nose will be in focus and
Yeah,
nothing.
that wouldn't that. Yeah, I mean, no. I've got it at f4, which is a good compromise between sharpness and softer background. Um, and enough depth of field that I can move around and not be totally out of focus. So
A new version is coming on that GFX. Oh, okay, cool.
there you go.
Yeah,
He always
that's an awesome camera, they say.
he always wants the latest. I don't blame him.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to view this after the fact and see and make my final decision as to whether or not I'm going to lock and load on an M1. What do you
Oh,
think? What's your initial impression of this setup? Is it worth upgrading to the Pro?
you need to upgrade anyway. So, on this thing,
Yeah, yeah.
it looks pretty good. It is pretty robust, I have to admit.
I mean, this is a free trial that ends tomorrow.
Yeah, I've
So-
heard. I've
So
heard
we
every
got
day.
to figure
Craig.
out. We got to figure
heard
out what
every
to do.
day. It's a little 18 hours or something, and they gave you when I signed on that a drop dead date here.
Whatever it said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I mean, push comes to shove, you could get a free trial on your account
Oh,
and try it for another 7 days if you wanted. But
there you are.
I just think that if we can get some other people to participate, that this is very flexible for that. You know, and I'd love to be able to get some other people to participate. If we could pull that off, that'd be really good.
Yeah. So,
So
all right. My martini time is calling on this end.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can leave. If I click remove, and then we'll see if you can shut everything down.
Just tell me what I do to do that.
The end broadcast button in the upper right.
Just that, and then it just
I
abruptly
think it's
leaves?
might ask you again after you click
Yeah.
on it. It might. Well, I'll
Okay.
let you do it while I'm in here.
Derek's having a nervous breakdown about ending here.
Yeah, he never wants anything to
No, I
end.
know. Endings are tough, Derek, but
He asked me about the date 8 and if the AD, was if I was going to get a date 8. He asked every show, and I said, "Listen, I called the AD recently, and I wanted the date 8 with the ceramic center sleeve and so on, and they didn't call me back. So what the heck can I do?"
you're in the market for a day date,
They didn't return my call.
and you're worried about upgrading your little computer to a $700 computer.
I'm
Get your
just
priorities straight, man.
I'm just saying that to keep Derek all spun up.
Yeah.
If he thinks there's a chance, I'm going to get a date 8, he'll tune into every show.
Right.
Oh
So,
gosh.
McNasty Daily suggests you get a Mac Mini M1 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. I only have 8. I got the minimal, and it works fine with everything I've thrown at it. But
Yeah, it is so powerful that
Yeah.
you really don't need the extra RAM. Everything is so fast that
Okay.
it's amazing.
They're worried about a little treasury takeover here. Lobo
You're
Rojo.
welcome. You're welcome to it.
I know
Please.
you want
Please.
to take off in your little van or whatever it is.
What is that? What's that joke? That was it. Rodney Dangerfield. Who's the one that did the thing?
My wife, please
Take my wife, please.
take my channel, please. So,
Oh
hey,
God.
whatever happened with your ambulance bid?
I haven't gotten any of them yet. I've been
Oh,
outbid every time so far. I'm a cheapskate. I'm trying to get like an
you gotta
absolute.
liberate some of those bitcoins.
I'm
And,
trying to get an absolute cream puff for a steal of a price, and I've
right.
gotten close on a couple of them, but
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
So we'll see. I went and looked at that other coach, drove all the way 650 miles, and it turned out to be the guy was not totally honest, so that didn't go through.
Uh,
That
okay.
was a
Well,
drive there, look at it, turn around, and I drove back. That was 24 hours of driving.
I think you need to get the bus, the big one,
Yeah, the MCI sold, by the way, the one with the
Prevo
walnut
or
interior.
whatever it is.
Yeah, a Prevo. Yeah, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
saw
Now,
one going down the street the other day. It looked very cool.
will they let me park it there at your event? Will they get a little
Absolutely.
bent out
We
of,
have that. We have a whole cutout on the side, and
so they won't get bent out of shape if I'm there for the event?
no, who will be
Okay.
bent out? No, we'll reserve
Okay.
your spot.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a bet. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. All
All
right.
right.
I'll
So,
let you end it. See if you can
okay,
end it.
very good. Take care. Thanks for letting me on. Are you gone?
I'm going to see if you can end it. You got to end the broadcast.
You want me to end it? Okay. And I'm just seeing some last comments here. Der Stiefel is suggesting we talk about the new Seiko sports models that were just announced, literally just announced. And
All right. Well, I'm going to leave and watch you on the TV answer
okay,
those
yeah,
questions.
all righty, let's do that. So yeah, they just got announced, I guess this morning or today, and I'm looking forward to getting our shipment in, and I can do a little show on those. Uh, they're fairly pricey. I don't know if you checked the price on that, Der Stiefel. And Derek wants to talk about something, anything. Craig is gone, so just forget about Craig. Derek, what would you like to talk about today? Come on, let's hear something. Nothing much, huh? Okay. I'm going to throw something else at you then. I did bring home a couple of watches just to try it out. These are pieces that just came in today. And you've seen the pistachio. And this is another Breitling. And I got to take the little wrapper off. If I can see it in my little dark space here. Yep, we're talking about the pricing here. Let me get this thing moving. This is the only one of its kind that we have here in the store. And gotta check my focus on my preview here. Okie doke. Let's cut over to, oops, that's focused? Not really. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little better. So this is another one of the new Breitling Premier models that have come out. And this one just arrived today. And I'm not sure if you can see this in the shot. This is the Retrapont. It has 2 second hands. It's a split second timer. And I have both of them going. And in my lighting, it is difficult to see them. So this is the only piece like this I have in the store with this movement. Very complicated, difficult to make. And it's a very pretty watch that my lighting isn't helping much. So if you want to come in the store, you can take a look. There, that's a little better focus. So split second timer. And fair to focus. And so Der Stiefel, the Breitling takes the cake. You're talking about this blue dial rather than the pistachio, I take it. Yeah, they're both they're beautiful pieces, and Breitling's really going some good directions. I find the pistachio very interesting myself. I'm a green dial guy. I think I've mentioned a number of times, and this is just a unique color. In fact, I think I'll put that back up just for fun. And we can do a little more in depth with these at a later time after I've figured out this new system, if we're going to cut over to it. Oh, here you go. This is the pistachio piece. And very nice bicompax, no date chronograph. So very clean, great look. And very interesting crystal, box crystal that gives some pretty interesting refraction when you look at it from different angles. So, and Der Stiefel asks, is that a dark blue dial in the Breitling? It is indeed. And thank God that Craig is, no, Craig is not still here. Craig has left. You're left with me, Derek. And Kyle prefers the blue also. And the case size is 40 on the pistachio and 42 on the Rattrapant blue dial. And thickness is 15 something on the Rattrapant, just to accommodate that movement. And the pistachio is 10 something, I believe. I'm just trying to recollect the dimensions. I'm going to try to show you a bit of the movement. But again, I'm not really set up for that at the moment. These are manual wines, in-house movement for the pistachio. And it's got a decal type protective covering over it, so you can't see it very well. I really need to do this in a setup show. And the other piece is a bespoke movement by in cooperation with Breitling and an outside movement maker, name of which catches me unawares right now. So I really don't have that at hand. So just in, and some interesting things coming out from that brand. Okay, so things are bursting upon us all over in the watch world. I've really got to get a show going, catch up with you, and we're extremely busy in the store as well. So it's tough to carve out some time to do that. So sounds like their Stiefel will be interested in that blue piece. So Craig, are you calling in? No, he's relaxing on the couch in the TV room. And is it possible to order the pistachio on a metal bracelet? I think we can get a bracelet for it. I haven't seen one offered as a specific alternative to it, but I'm sure we can get a little bit more information and let you know. And if you want me to answer you directly, you could send a little note to steve@littletreasury.com so I can get back to you. And is that a flying turtle? Thank you very much, Timothy. And do they have hacking? And I can tell you in a minute. The Rattrapant does hack. Okay, and I'm assuming the other one does as well. And Craig, I'm very happy you came out of the closet. Okay, is he out of the closet? Oh, that's right, his little closet studio. It always looks a little peculiar in there. I agree. So, all right. So I think it's a sort of neat setup. Craig might have bent me to his will, and may get into this deal with him. It looks pretty neat. And let me see if I can, what happens when I use my little switcher to show some stuff. And this may or may not work well, but let me just do it since we're playing. And well, okay, that is showing a couple of, that's the pistachio from above with my overhead camera, and I have nothing going in the fourth spot, and this is generated from my switcher. I just want to see how it worked within this StreamYard framework, and so it looks like it would work out okay. I just would need to set it up a little differently for the number of active cameras. And okay, it's good to be out, right, Craig? All right, it's good to get off the air and get relaxed at home. Got a big week ahead of us, and I will do another show independently, perhaps on this StreamYard thing later in the week, perhaps Thursday. I will send out a notice in advance and be better prepared with some watches. So, and okay. And Carlos says we're very lucky here in the U.S. We are when we behave ourselves. And there, Stiefel is asking about Grand Seiko deployant clasp in stock. And I do have them in stock. And does Grand Seiko make them available for the Snowflake or SBGA 229? Okay, well, you would need to, you're talking about deployant clasp for a leather or a rubber strap, I assume. And I don't think they can be, well, the SBGA 229 already has its own integrated deployant class. So I'm not quite sure what the question is, but they don't make them available for specific straps. We have to sort of put that all together when we have a separate GS deployant. So let me go back to just the me shot. There we go. And okay, I am, Lance called in and take over for me. Okay, I am going to leave the show at the moment. And interesting little test here, and unplanned that I would join. And glad to see everybody. I have not talked with many of you in a while. And if you have any follow-on questions, just send me something at steve@littletreasury.com, and I will follow up with the bracelet and strap questions and take care of you that way. Okay, so see you later in the week, and thank you for putting up with this, and see you later.